Today, we're plunging right into a topic that really impacts everyone in the UK, unemployment, the current state of it.
And I think the numbers might surprise you a bit, especially when you hit this really fascinating paradox.
It is quite a puzzle. How can unemployment be going up, affecting more people, but at the very same time, you've got key parts of the economy just desperate for workers?
That's the core question, isn't it?
It really is. So our mission today is to try and understand this complex picture, what's really driving it, and maybe most importantly, what does it mean for you?
Just to set the scene, we're using the most current data we can get, mainly looking at March to May 2025.
Right. The latest figures.
Yeah, to give the clearest possible picture right now.
Okay, so let's unpack this then. The headline unemployment rate, it has gone up.
It has.
It's sitting at 4.7% now for that March to May period.
Which translates to about, 1.67 million people?
Yeah, roughly 1.67 million. And that's an increase year over year of 124,000 people.
So a definite rise.
Yeah.
Yeah, not insignificant.
Not at all. But it's not just that main number, is it, when you dig a bit deeper?
No, the details matter here. Like youth unemployment.
Yeah, you ages 16 to 24, that's really high.
Yeah, strikingly high. 14.2%.
That's what, 628,000 young people trying to get started.
Precisely. A tough environment for them.
And then there's this other thing. Job vacancies, the number of available jobs,
Yes, that's been falling.
consistently for 36 straight quarters. That's 9 years.
9 years of decline, now down to about 727,000 vacancies.
So on the surface, you think fewer jobs, more people looking, seems straightforward.
Exactly, but that's where it gets counterintuitive. That's the paradox, right?
Yeah.
Because despite those rising unemployment numbers and falling vacancies overall, the UK is facing critical labour shortages, but only in specific sectors.
Okay, so not a lack of jobs everywhere, but a mismatch.
A fundamental mismatch, that's the key, between the people available and the skills employers desperately need in certain areas.
That is weird, isn't it? Unemployment up, bosses crying out for staff.
It really is.
So which sectors are we talking about? Where are these desperate shortages?
Well, think about healthcare as social care. That's a huge one.
Always seems to be short-staffed, doesn't it?
Constantly. Nurses, doctors, carers. The demand is just relentless. Partly the ageing population.
Okay, what else?
Hospitality and food services still feeling the effects of the pandemic, finding it hard to get and keep staff.
Right, restaurants, hotels.
Exactly. And construction too, especially skilled trades.
Like electricians, plumbers.
Specifically. Those hands-on skills are really in demand, but the pipeline isn't keeping up.
And you mentioned professional services too.
Yes, professional scientific, technical roles, often needing quite advanced digital or, very specialized knowledge.
So it's targeted needs, not just any job will do.
Not at all. It's very specific skill sets that are missing from the available pool.
And this whole picture, it doesn't look the same everywhere in the UK or for everyone, does it?
No, definitely not. There are some stark differences.
We mentioned young people being hit hard.
16 to 24 has faced the highest rates. Lack of experience, maybe skills alignment issues, and geographically too.
Where is the highest?
London actually has the highest rate at 6.4%.
Maybe population density, specific industries?
Likely a mix of factors, whereas Northern Ireland has the lowest, down at 1.8%.
So a really varied picture across the country.
Very much so. It shows this isn't just one single problem.
Right, so if we try to connect these dots, look at the bigger picture, what are the root causes driving this whole complex situation?
One really significant factor, maybe one people don't immediately think of, is health, long-term health.
How so?
There is what some are calling a long-term health crisis affecting the workforce. We're talking over 2.5 million working-age adults out of the labour force due to long-term sickness.
That's a lot of people.
It's a massive number. These aren't just short-term illnesses, often chronic conditions keeping people out of work for long periods.
And wasn't there also that trend during the pandemic?
Yeah.
Older workers leaving.
Yes, absolutely. A lot of people aged, 50 to 70, took early retirement.
And those people aren't just rushing back.
Generally not. Once someone's retired, adjusted their life, maybe health is still a concern, it's hard to tempt them back. It creates a real structural gap in labour supply.
Fewer Hexter-experienced hands available, even as in unemployment rises elsewhere. Ties back to the paradox.
Yes. And then, of course, there's Brexit.
Always a factor in these discussions. How's it playing out here?
Well, putting politics aside, factually, the change in relationship with the EU means a smaller pool of EU workers available.
Right.
And that undeniably makes labour shortages worse, especially in sectors that used to rely heavily on that labour.
Like hospitality, care, maybe farming.
Precisely those sectors. And the estimated economic impact is, well, significant. Some reports mention reduced business investment.
So reduced labour mobility is definitely part of this complex picture.
It's a contributing factor to those specific shortages, yes.
Yeah, okay, so we have health issues, early retirements, shrinking the experience pool, Brexit impacting labour flow. What else is feeding into this mismatch? The skills part sounds crucial.
Absolutely crucial. This is where we hit the skills revolution and mismatch. The pace of change in the job market is just staggering.
How fast are we talking?
Get this, the top 20 skills needed for the average UK job have changed by 33%.
Just since 2021?
In 3 years. It's incredible. Think about AI adoption, new software, different ways of working.
So the job you trained for even 5 years ago might demand totally different skills now.
Yep. And AI is also starting to displace human workers in certain roles, automating tasks.
Which creates this disconnect.
A critical disconnect. You have unemployed people whose skills, may be perfectly good skills a few years ago, just don't match what employers need right now.
So the goalposts are constantly moving.
They really are, and layered on top of all this are the broader economic pressures.
Like inflation.
Yeah, driving up the cost of living for everyone makes it harder to make ends meet, unemployed or not.
And businesses are feeling the pinch too, right? Costs going up for them.
Definitely. Things like national insurance, contributions for employers, increases in the national living wage. These add to business costs.
Which makes them maybe hesitant to hire.
Yeah.
So it's a tough climate for both job seekers and employers trying to fill specific roles.
It really is.
Okay, so we've sketched out the economic side, the drivers, the paradox.
Yeah.
But unemployment, it's not just numbers on a spreadsheet, is it?
Not at all. There's a huge human cost.
Let's talk about that. What are the wider impacts?
Well, economically, you see things like lower consumer spending because unemployed people have less money, obviously.
Less disposable income around.
But beyond the pure economics, this raises really important questions about social impact and mental health.
How strong is that link?
It's incredibly strong. The data is stark. Unemployed people are nearly 6 times more likely to report being in poor health compared to those in work.
6 times?
Yeah.
Okay, so looking forward, is there any light at the end of this tunnel? What are the projections?
Well, the forecasts suggest unemployment might peak towards the end of 2025, maybe around 5%.
So potentially getting slightly worse before it gets better?
Potentially, yes, but then the forecast is for a gradual decline, maybe down to around 4.5% by the end of 2027.
So some improvement expected, but it's not a quick fix?
Not at all. And crucially, even if the overall number comes down,
the core problem might still be there.
Exactly. That skills mismatch paradox remains the most concerning aspect. You could still have, 1.5 or more unemployed alongside those critical shortages in healthcare, construction, tech.
Because the underlying structural issues haven't gone away.
Precisely.
So for you listening, trying to navigate all this, what does it really mean day to day or for your career?
Well, a few key takeaways, I think. Firstly, continuous reskilling is probably essential now. Career security likely depends on constantly updating your skills.
Lifelong learning isn't just a buzzword anymore.
It's a necessity. Secondly, those sectors with shortages, like healthcare and construction, they do offer opportunities.
Right.
But they need specific training. You usually can't just walk into those roles without the right qualifications.
So targeted effort required.
Yes. Thirdly, geography matters. Remember those regional differences?
London, high. Northern Ireland, low?
Right. So being open to moving, geographic mobility, might become more necessary for some to find the right work.
Not always easy, but potentially widens the options.
And finally, tech skills. They're just becoming vital everywhere.
So adaptability, continuous learning, maybe flexibility on location, that seems to be the theme.
I think that captures it well.
Now, for those of you listening and trying to navigate the UK economy, whether you're looking for service providers or maybe job opportunities, we do want to mention UK Compass. It's completely free to use and will help you navigate things a bit more smoothly.
Yeah.
Thanks for listening.